This video has been going viral. These videos, this conversation. I don't know too much about it. Whenever I seen it, I decided maybe I should react to it. Give my input of what's going on. This seems to be big. Very big conversation. So let's get right into it.
Quick update before you watch this video. There is a follow-up where I actually got a hold of Patrick Bet-David. So in this video, you'll see that I asked to talk to him multiple times. He did not respond until right before I uploaded the video. I tweeted about.
So this is a two-part video.
He got in my DM, says he actually does want to talk. So you can hear him address all the allegations I'm about to bring up in this video, and you can decide for yourself what you think of Patrick Bet-David's response. So I've been waiting for Patrick Bet-David to reply to this Goliath story where he reportedly got a huge payment from a Ponzi schemer, and I want to know if they're going to pay it back. It's just as simple as that. I want to know if they're going to apologize for their role in legitimizing a total scammer, which hasn't been done yet as far.
I thought his name was Coffeezilla. Okay, but before I even continue, I just want to say, I do not like. Honestly, I do not like this type of content. I do not like when people that people get online and try to force accountability on situations that they really don't know the full story about. So that's why I have to watch the second video, because he's basically saying that he had a conversation with him. I don't know if it's recorded or not. I'm going to click the video after this. But honestly, I genuinely dislike when these content creators try to force accountability on situations they don't know both sides on. So. But he is honestly, this dude makes great content, and his investigating journalism is real good. He didn't had some good pieces, but yeah, forcing people to give accountability on situations they don't really know the full story on this. Yeah.
I'm aware. I reached out to the PBD organization, Patrick Bet-David personally. It's been about a week. I haven't heard back, so I have to talk about it. Now, if you don't know the full lore, let me bring you up to speed really quick. Goliath Ventures was a Ponzi scheme that took in over $320 million of regular people, retirees, business owners' money under the promise of making them multiple percents per month. We made a Coffeezilla video about it recently. Christopher Delgado recently talked to the press here without his lawyer present, and we reported this back in October to federal authorities, and about 6 months later, Christopher Delgado was officially arrested.
The Justice Department says the 34-year-old scammed investors out of $328 million through his company, Goliath.
Or other investors.
And what else did you use the money for?
I mean, we used it for corporate events. We used it for personal spend.
So this goes way beyond the oh, it's just allegations, bro. Like, Christopher Delgado has confessed to a lot of this behavior. And where Patrick Bet-David comes into all of this is because he was a huge form of social proof for Christopher Delgado to seem legit. His entire organization kind of made this guy mainstream.
Goliath Ventures, founded in 2019. Goliath Ventures is a global private equity firm focused on blockchain, founded by Chris Delgado. It's built on 3 pillars: technology, opportunity, and community.
And this is why I reached out to Patrick Bet-David and his team, only to get no response. I'm expecting some accountability here. Our story starts.
So I'm going to stop right there real quick. I'm going to continue the video. I don't like this. First of all, now, just because a person may be have some sponsors, some ad revenue, etc., doesn't mean that person knows every little detail of what a person does. Honestly, Patrick Pete Davis might be a victim. I don't even might be, like, we don't know. He honestly could be a victim in this situation as well, because we don't know if, not even we don't know. Why would he have to, have some accountability on somebody else's actions? It's a lot of people. We have family members that, I'm saying everybody has family members that they don't know, fully of who that person really is until they see them go to jail. And every time, when the family members get interviewed, they'll be like, I didn't know. We didn't know. He was such a nice guy. We didn't know. This guy probably just ran real good game. He probably, did a good job at convincing Patrick Pete Davis that Bet Davis that he's a good businessman. And that could be the thing that's going on, but to automatically try to force someone into um it's just wrong. Just try to force somebody into holding themselves accountable on somebody else's discretion is crazy. And honestly, it's like, bro, you're doing too much, man. Like you don't know the full, situation. If if you're contacting PPD, contact you should be contacting them just with for questions and answers. Now, if you get the answers that don't fit, that don't fit the bad guy narrative, then yeah, then the whole situation is squashed. But to sit there and automatically paint like, hey, you was doing business with this guy, you're wrong. That's wrong. Because you don't know. You don't know if you don't know if Patrick knew. You don't know if Patrick was aware to sit there and say that, hey, you know, you did business with this guy and he scammed people. How do you know that Pat knew that? Why is Pat the bad guy for not knowing? Like, let's come on, man. Let's be realistic. This is, it's too much, but
2025, when this guy, Christopher Delgado, is on stage at the Patrick Bet David Vault Conference. He was the title sponsor for them, and he used it as an opportunity to kind of pitch himself.
I could make passive income for myself, raise my family, and basically enjoy life.
Now, even when you go to Patrick Bet David's own summary, you can see Goliath in this video, in their own highlight reel, where they are the title sponsor, Goliath Ventures.
And so once again, we're talking about sponsorship, man. Like, honestly, this has happened all through YouTube, and it's happened to a lot of big YouTube creators where they sponsored. Was sponsored by these companies. And I remember it was some discount coupon thing that a lot of the YouTubers were partnered with for a while, and it came out. Then it came out later that it was a scam. All of it was a scam. It really wasn't giving people discounts, etc. And so many content creators were basically involved in that. I personally don't think that the content creators were wrong because they were, dealing with sponsors. This people have to feed their employees. People have to work. Sponsorship is a big thing with growing a company, growing a business, and being able to pay your employees, right? So you need sponsors. This just common sense. So while going through the process of getting sponsors and ads, etc., you might end up dealing with some shady business which you not knowing, because people are good at covering. They're good at selling, right? And if he, obviously the dude's a scammer, he was good at it, right? He did a good job. And you can't blame the person that didn't know. And that's just wrong. It's just wrong, right? It's wrong. So I can't wait to see the next video.
On the lanyard right here, you can see Goliath Ventures Inc. signed on as the title sponsor to the Vault 2025 conference. And they even made like a pitch video of why you should be a brand sponsor of the Vault conference.
More than 2,000 CEOs lead teams of 75 plus employees. They come from around the world to grow. The response from attendees was overwhelmingly positive.
So it's pretty clear what Vault is pitching. Hey, we'll give you access to this, entrepreneurship conference, these attendees. You pay us, we'll get you hooked up with them. And that's exactly what Goliath Ventures did. Now, when you go to the Vault Conference sponsorship tier, you can see they advertise the benefit of the title sponsorship right here. Get an MGM strip marquee signage, a 40 by 40 foot booth, brand badging, that's what we just saw, on-site attendee out. I think that's one of the big ones. Patrick Bet-David's podcast reaches millions of people. And true to his word, he pushed Goliath like a lot.
Fall Conference this year is brought to you.
Once again, look, this is directly tied to sponsorship, ad revenue, etc. Right? This is obvious that this right here had to do with sponsorship. And if you want to say that Patrick was at fault, he's at fault for, being fooled. He's at fault at being fooled. But to sit there and just, this is, it's borderline slander.
Goliath Ventures. The title sponsor of this entire event is Goliath Ventures.
Okay.
Founder Chris Delgado. We've spent a lot of time with these.
Listen, sponsor. Let me read that. Thank you to our title sponsor. Once again, do you understand? It is so crazy because honestly, this is the most ridiculous, take I will have to, honest, it's ridiculous because this is borderline slander when you don't know the full story. And so many content creators have literally been fooled into promoting scams. You're acting like Pat and the people that work for him aren't human. They're not gods. So yes, sometimes you don't get it right. Sometimes you get fooled. Sometimes you get scammed. Yeah.
They've come to Yankees games with us. They've been coming to Vault conferences for the last God knows how many years.
Come on, man.
Goliath Ventures, founded in 2019. Goliath Ventures, the
Sponsor.
global private equity firm focused on blockchain.
Those guys would be all over the place, and he was right. Now, before, we didn't really know exactly how much this cost. We knew it must be significant, but this was used as a huge, social proof that Christopher Delgado was someone to be trusted. After all, presumably not just anyone can be a title sponsor of this prestigious entrepreneurship event, right? This was brought up by this guy who interviewed Christopher Delgado, basically, hey, you're friends with, Patrick Bet-David.
On social media, I follow him very closely. The private jet. You see the celebrities. You see Patrick Bet-David standing next to you at the Yankee Stadium. Well, you come from a trailer park.
Oh, who is that? You see Patrick Bet-David. He's being used clearly as hey, Christopher Delgado is...
What does that mean? He was a sponsor. It's like... It's like have you done sponsorship before? I don't know. I don't watch, all of his videos, but obviously, I know people in the business, right? I know big people in the business, and I've known people that have gotten scammed. I've known people that have done $1 million sponsorships and ad, etc. Honestly, he's acting like he doesn't do sponsors, right? So, because if he did, he would have a more human take with this, and he doesn't. It makes no sense because, man, bro, obviously the videos you just played, it said sponsor. Some people get fooled. I'm repeating myself, man. Let me play the video.
rubbing shoulders with the right guys, okay?
And
So imagine my surprise. All of this unwinds, Christopher Delgado gets arrested, $328 million Ponzi scheme. It was all a lie. The Vault 2025 #1 title sponsor was a big fraud that was trying to steal people's money. And then I see this on a Channel 9 Investigates segment. This is Darlene Jones. Guess who we see come up as one of the big payments that Goliath Ventures made?
$1 million to this long list of organizations across
Okay.
Central Florida. Some of the largest donations went to Equity Estates, Bet David Consulting.
Look at that! $1 million.
okay, what do you expect? They paid sponsorship. Have this dude had any sponsors, man? Like, I don't understand. Have this dude deal with any ad? Has anybody tried to sponsor his show? Because this obviously, duh, they were paying for promo. And Patrick didn't know. They didn't know that the dude was a scammer. Okay. And once again, he paid for promo. That's sponsorship. Oh my gosh. Come on, man.
Smackies to go be the title sponsor at the Vault
This dude-
conference. Or at least that's what it looks like.
This dude does do a lot of good job. I've seen a lot of his old videos where he exposed some things, but this ain't it.
He was just paying for this photo. I don't really know. And my key question to the Patrick Bet
Pocket watching. That's what my key question is. You're pocket watching sponsorship, and Patrick seems to me, from what you've been alluding, that he's a victim. He did not know. Yes, he was getting paid by this quote unquote criminal, the scammer, but he did not know that the person was scamming. Why would he apologize? Why? He was a victim.
David Group to Valuetainment is, are y'all paying that money back? You shouldn't be letting yourself be used as social.
Why would he pay it back? He literally got paid for his services. It was a sponsorship. It is not on Pat, right, to sit there and have to pay back his services. He's not the one that committed the crime. He's not the one that's at fault. You gonna make the dude that didn't know pay? Are you gonna pay? Bro, this dude here crazy.
Proof.
He did not victimize. I don't care. I don't care what it was. Listen, if he didn't, listen, I really want you to, y'all watching, please listen. If you did not know and you was doing business with somebody, you are a victim as well as the people that was being victimized by the person that was scamming. Because you didn't know. The fact that this person, right? I'm just saying, Coffeezilla, I believe, but it says Voidzilla now. I don't know if this is a different account, but you shouldn't have to pay, right? It's just crazy, man. It's like being friends with somebody, and you've been around this person your whole life, and your best friend, invested in your company, and you've built up your company, etc. Because your friend had helped you, and then you find out where your friend got his money was illegal. You done already created the business. You done already funded the business. You already established yourself. What does it look like what does it look like for you to have to pay the money back that you've already invested in. You've already put in the work. It's like, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's really on his high horse.
For a Ponzi scheme. You know, I would think that would be a bad thing. I would think that would be a problem. You know, I'd think that's be something you would address if they're your title. Reportedly, some of those organizations are going to actually have to return the money back. Like, they're going to have to claw that money back to give it to the Ponzi scheme victims, which is really sad given that most of them probably spent the money. I'm guessing these charities need the money a lot more than Patrick Bet-David does. So, you know, I think it's pretty important he addresses whether they're going to give the money back. We haven't heard back. I reached out also.
Let me get out this.
Unafraid to answer, you know, these questions.
Let me see.
Hello, quick update. Patrick Bet-David reached out in this. How does that feel? I mean, are you going to apologize? Are you going to address it, like, you know, publicly? I think people want to know. People look to you, you know, as this entrepreneurship guy.
27 videos of it. 27 minutes of
it's frankly a bad look.
Yeah, so first of all, you hate to see things like this. Hate to see things like this that happens. And every once in a while, this takes place.
Yeah.
You know, when an issue like this comes up.
Yeah, hook up.
And first of all, I'd like to know where that's money's going. Secondly, you know, a lot of people got hurt by this. You are the number one, like, voice of credibility in all of this.
And he's also a victim.
Putting this guy on, so to speak. I mean, you know, what do you have to say to people who lost money? I mean, do you apologize to them? Like, what can you do to make it right? All these questions.
Yeah, so look, all valid questions. This is, you know, typically when we do sponsorship, if you know anything about me, Steven, I hate doing sponsorships. We stopped doing sponsorships on the podcast 2 years ago.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this, like, he's being such a a-hole in a D, right? You do not know if he's being honest or not, but you're automatically, like, said stuff like this. I do not like stuff like this, bro. Like, this.
Because of this exact reason. We literally stopped. It's probably cost us $15 to $20 million of sponsorship the last 2 years. The only place we've taken sponsorship money for, outside of the basic YouTube AdSense that you get, that you're accustomed to it as well, we do the events. So if I do a Vault conference, we make reference calls. We call others to see, you're the title sponsor. We're going to put it here. Operating with the federal authorities, and we're having meetings with them. We're having conversations with them. All of this stuff will be public. We've learned a lot of things about
You've been subpoenaed, right? Like, you have been subpoenaed, correct?
Of course, absolutely.
So are you going to turn the money over? That seems to be an important question.
That's the conversation we're in right now, and you will hear all about it when the decision is made.
Well, what decision? I feel like we could make a decision now and do a good thing, you know?
Steven, I know what you're doing. The part that you don't know about the way I do business, you know I don't avoid you. Meaning, if you and I did something together many years, I'm not a guy that's going to be sitting there running, avoiding. When we make mistakes, we'll call it out. When we do things that is right, you know, great, we're celebrated. This is not one of the things that we're celebrating. We're not happy about this, and we're doing a lot of things behind closed doors. The part that I'll give you one part that I think it's important to know, and for
bro, he doesn't know. He does not know if this. He's automatically like, you're wrong. You should pay back. He was like, what the? That's crazy. And then. And not knowing, and then you just spent the money, you didn't invest the money, etc., because you didn't know. But hey, like, you should be the good person. Oh, so I didn't know. You can't say that Patrick didn't work for this. They did, regardless of if it's nefarious or not. They did not know that. That's what happens when you deal with sponsors. Some there's good ones and there's bad ones.
To know the part that a lot of people they're concerned with, and I'm talking specifically the authorities. Hey, we're going to pay you an additional 10% on whatever that's done. Zero. We don't do business.
Right,
like
you
that.
got paid the
That's not our model.
but you got paid the million, right? And so,
But the $1 million has
and
hard
look,
costs, Steven. It's
I'm
not
not,
like the
I
million
know it
has a-
sounds like I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Bro, they got paid $1 million for sponsoring. Like,
It just seems like you're.
If we're doing other things with the conversations we're having with others, there's a lot of different things that we're doing that's not public.
I'm not gonna watch the whole video. I'm about to end this video now. Honestly, I do not agree with Voidzilla. I don't know the real context of what's going on with Patrick Bet Davis, but I will say, acting like you are the arbitrary of the truth and you know all, it's not good. You know, you're just coming off as a hole in D. You know, honestly, this is not right. And you know, Pat has a business. He has employees. He has a whole organization that he's running. Nothing with that, you think this stuff is for free, and it's not. He's running a corporation. He's basically running a business. Not even basically, he is. So that money has probably been gone. And you're saying that he should pay back the money that someone else scammed? That ain't got nothing to do with Pat. This guy must not do business, bro. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. He got to pay back on some money that somebody else, man, bro. Get out. Get off my phone, man. Get off. Get off my phone, man. Yeah, bro. This ain't it. So, yeah, this is not it. This is not it.